yo, so Jay-Z and Jeff Bezos, however you want to call it, the owner of Amazon, they want to come together. Jay-Z would be the minority owner if they was to come together, a collaboration, and own. They want to put in a bid to be the owners of the Washington Commanders, aka the Commodores. Dan Snyder is finally gonna sell the team. Worst owner in sports. I know people in the DMV is happy they finally get some legitimate ownership. But you gotta be honest and be realistic with it. It's a couple things, and the reasons why I don't think it's gonna happen. Conflict of interest is one of them for Jeff Bezos. He just signed that big contract with the NFL for Thursday Night Football. It's only on Amazon Prime, so a lot of people be like looking for the game. It's only on Prime. He's already in bed with the NFL. I don't know if that how that would work. He's already got the TV distribution deal, and then he would be owning the team. I don't think that would work. And then Jay-Z, and it's funny because Jay-Z, when he signed with the NFL in 2019, and a lot of people automatically thought, because they had just announced he was worth $1 billion net worth wise. Oh, Jay-Z gonna buy a team. Y'all just watch. Just watch. Sean Carter politicking. He gonna make it happen. And he just was an employee. He was in charge of the entertainment. And I'm like, man, they always get black folks to be the charge of the entertainment. And he had the nerve, and I paraphrase and quote when he says, I think we're past kneeling. We passed that. Well, I think we're past just being simply entertainment, Jay. Because that's what he was. That's the role he took. He couldn't acquire an NFL team. At the time, the Buffalo Bills, I believe, possibly might have been for sale. They're worth $2 billion. But it's a difference between being worth $1 billion and having, that money in liquid. Now, Bezos is a real billionaire. Now, the thing with him that's crazy is everybody's got all this dishonest outrage over Kyrie Irving. And Kyrie Irving's not making a dime off that documentary, anything. But yet, Jeff Bezos, this is on Amazon.com. You can buy this documentary, as hateful as they say it is, and Bezos is going to profit off of it. Why hasn't Amazon been told to take that down? They're making money off of so-called people's pain and suffering. And not only have they not directed anything at him for, distributing this movie, he's out here talking about bidding on a team. Now, how do you bid on a team? This is how the process works. Because I think a lot of niggas think Jay-Z's just going to walk up to Park Avenue to the NFL headquarters with a big knapsack over his shoulder and just throw a bag of cash on the table and buy a team. It doesn't work like that. I promise you it doesn't. You have to bid. You got to be voted in by the other 31 owners. Like it's maybe not all of them, but it's a good group of them. But you have to be voted in. This is like a country club. This is like a network, a system. They don't just let anybody just come in there and buy a team. It's only one minority owner as far as race goes, and that's the Khan family down in Jacksonville. Everybody else is white. That's just the facts. Bouchatti with the Ravens, I think he's the youngest owner. But then you got these families, like I say, nepotism, this generation. The Davis family runs the Raiders. The Jones family runs the Cowboys. The Rooneys run the Steelers. The Crafts run the Patriots. So when these old white guys die, their sons, it's already set up for them to take over. So this stuff just keeps going. So it's hard to get an NFL team just in general because the availability ain't there half the time. You can forget about ever acquiring the Cowboys. Jerry Jones is not letting that go because when he croaks, Stephen Jones will take over. And it's like 10 other teams with that same type of ownership. So it's not that easy as a lot of people assume it is. Like, oh, you just go in there and cop a team. Jay-Z got a bill. Hove could do it. Nah, like that. You're being misled. You're being misled with limited information on how it really is to acquire a sports team. You know what I mean? They've been having a hard time trying to get Dan Snyder to sell his team. People have been trying to get him to sell his team for almost 5-10 years now. You know what I mean? But it took all these scandals and all of these emails and all of this other stuff for people to finally put the fire to his feet. Now, the possibilities there. But yeah, I don't think it'll happen with Bezos and Jay-Z. Maybe Jay-Z can be a minority owner and join somebody else, but I just don't see how they give that to Bezos and he's already got that deal with Prime. Um, but yeah, somebody got to own the Commodores, the Commanders. I was like, yo, that team became a joke. Like, they really came up with that was the best name they could come up with. That was like an XFL type name, a CFL semi-pro generic type football name. The Commanders? What are y'all commanding? They had to bench the quarterback. They hate the coach. Can't sell out games. I ain't trying to shit on the organization, but damn, it's gonna take a lot to turn that shit around. But let me know what y'all think. I mean, it would be cool to see a real minority owner in the NFL other than, the Khan family. In basketball, you've had guys. Jay-Z had 2% of the Nets. He basically had a seat in the building. Usher had used to. I don't know if Usher still owns some of the Cavaliers. I know he did at one point. Nelly had ownership in the Charlotte Hornets. So NBA is a little bit different, but in the NFL, you haven't seen anything like this. So it would be historic. And Jay wants to be a pioneer. He wants to be innovative. So he's looking to make history. I think he'll find a way to latch on to somebody else, but you really see who's really got the money that people act like they got. Because if you really got it, like the way you flaunt in your music and the way they, always saying on Forbes, you could just straight up buy it, you would think, but it don't work like that. Let me know what y'all think in the comments about Jay-Z and Jeff Bezos trying to buy the Washington football team.